with me, I take a lot of things like one step at a time. Like, what am I writing right? Instead of thinking of I need to think of like the entire scope of like the entire world. Like, no, what's important now? It's like because the audience, they don't know anything. You gotta hold their hand and tell them what's important now. That's how I do it. Honestly, if I know a little bit, like you literally just have to be like one two steps ahead of your audience of the audience. That's basically it. Of saying of just when it comes to world building. But sometimes I'm not even doing that. Sometimes I'm like, this is important right now, and I can like think about other stuff as I go. Because all the other stuff is not important because it's not important to the characters. But like if the character is trying to do X, Y, and Z, what's important to him now is what's going to be his why that's important. Not even what's going to be his obstacle. Why is that important to him? And just like whatchamacallit. Yeah, sorry, I got mixed up. And just because, like, just take me for an example. Nobody's gonna care about my comic books. Like, if I just make comics, and I didn't even care about them, then by extension, you wouldn't care about them because you love my enthusiasm. You're attracted to the enthusiasm. Oh, I'm sorry, that peaked. You're attracted to the enthusiasm. Like, you want somebody to win because they want to win, and that makes that when you see someone that's pumped up, you get pumped up, and you're like, yeah, let's go, you know. And the most important thing isn't the setting, it isn't the power system. It's why should I care about the main character? Like that's the most important thing. Like if the story is oh this person died, I'm like why should I care about this person? Like people die every day. It's crazy. Like it's things that it's hard to think of. It's like rough, like kind of inhuman to think about, but like life is full of tragedies every day that like we don't even think about. So the whole thing about a story to get somebody interested is why should I care about what's happening over here, or why should I care about the characters? That's me, because I look at every story like I'm a sociopath. Like if I don't care about the main characters, the whatchamacallit, what they want to do in life, their direction, then I'm just gonna get checked out of the story. I'm like checked out. Bye. I got other stuff to do. But I'm a sociopath when it comes to storytelling. Because at the end of the day, the people aren't real. You know. Don't tell me the premise. Tell me what you want to say. That's basically what I gotta like. Anybody who wants to tell me their idea, tell me the what you're trying to say with it. Because literally anybody, I'm not trying to be like harsh or anything. It's just that when people tell me stories, it feels like they're telling me their dreams, like what dream that they had last night, and I'm like, that's cool, but what is that gonna do with literally me? What is that gonna do with me? But if somebody forms their story in a form of a hot take, right? Then I'm like, okay, that's interesting. How are you going to explain that hot take through your story? And that's how you get me interested. So if it's just like X, Y, and Z happen, and now you have this dynamic of people, I'm like, that's cool. Have fun. Like, I'm sure a lot of people will like it. It's just that if someone's asking me if it's interesting, I'm gonna tell them what I find interesting is what you're trying to say with it. That's wait, hold on. Yep, anti-aliasing's off. Because I really like the idea. I subscribe to the idea of like every story is an argument, and every character, into an extension, every character is a different perspective of that argument. Who said that? Since I have the time. Who said that? A story is an argument. Who coined that term? I'm angry. I forgot. Man, I'm angry. But I guess that's just something that. I guess that's something that I. Whatever. That's a cool quote. Yeah, you should put it on a Pinterest with an aesthetic background. Hey, hell of a strawberry, welcome back. It's kind of funny every time I talk about like my story writing process. It's very left brain because I was like talking about it with a friend at a coffee shop. I say, he asked me about like how I write a story, and I like how I explained it was the way I explained it was okay. I have like I have the story circle, right? Or it really depends if I want to go the story circle route or I want to go the character, not the character, but the pacing route of intro, raising action, climax, falling action, resolution, or if I want to do the South Park route of if they're like this but this happened, therefore this route. Then after that, I say this is gonna be this length. This got to happen here. This got to happen here. This got to happen here, and then I write. Then I write everything in between. Like there is like the only creative aspect is writing everything in between. I'm like this happens here, here, here. Everything else is just creative. Everything else I'm just puzzling like how would this character get to here, and plus what kind of information, and how I do that is like thinking what is the information that the audience need to know about this situation right now, and how can I make that into a digestible way for the audience to understand what's going on without characters just spitting exposition at each other. How can I make learning fun for the audience or just engaging for the audience?